Right, gentlemen, we are live. I've got Mac and Uncle John here. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Right, so I'm just going to wait a minute or two before we just jump into everything. Dave should be here and Alex is here, but my viewer counter still says zero. Guys, we just need to wait like a minute or three just to get some feet in here because it's kind of going to be boring if we have to repeat everything again. Tell me, how was your day? Did you guys have a good day, Mac, Uncle John?
Busy
Yeah.
day. Busy.
Busy. Excellent. I was terribly busy too. Yes, Mac.
You've not put it in stream announcement yet.
No, it takes about 10 minutes, Mac. It takes about 10 minutes
Okay.
to actually come up. So it should pop in anytime now.
Okay.
There's Dave and there's Wycliffe. Good evening. Here at the beginning. Awesome. Hello, Sean, Toby. Brilliant day for you. Excellent. Plenty of early spring. We've got freaking early winter. That's not so good for me, but nah, we'll deal with it. Full of meetings. That's terrible when you have that. Blah. Yeah, anyway. Gentlemen, all right, I see we've got 14 viewers. It's as good a time as any to spill the beans. Right, so I better make sure I got the right copy. Yeah, 32B. All right, so this is a non-public version. Please don't send me a message, where can we get it? You can't get it. You'll get it when it's not for non-public, when it's for the public. Okay, so just to settle that. It's so funny. I get so many guys asking me these questions. Let's just see what Zibo says. Hello, Zibo. Yes. Yes, sir. I need to learn how to type. All right. Okay. So, Marcus, welcome. Gilbert, there you are as well. Okay. Gents, Zibo just interrupted me. He asked me to show you the new IRS switch control. The people that are members of my channel already had a little preview early this morning, so I'm going to now spill the beans in the public arena as well. And I've got my data ref tool running, Zibo. I've got it set already. And then we're going to show the animation of those knobs and things and talk through it. Zibo is typing, guys. So listen, this is not so much an entertainment flight, really. This is really a test and a showcase. So please bear with us as we talk to each other and sort things out. And if God's willing, we'll do a flight later on. You know, it's just do things one at a time. Hello, Marius. Welkom. Marius, ek moet dringend met jou praat. Ek wou jou vanoggend gebel het al en toe sit skoon by my uit, maar ons moet dringend praat. Ek het hulp nodig en ek weet nie van iemand anders wat sal kan help behalwe jy nie. So ek sal môre met jou probeer kontak maak, hoor. Ek bly ek sien jou. Ja, Zibo, I know. Zibo, this commercial, it's crazy.
That's harder to understand than Neil.
Yeah, don't worry. We have to discuss something rather important, as in really important. So I just quickly took a moment to speak to him just in Afrikaans quickly. Okay, so Zibo, Zibo says the stream turns off after third commercial break. With a smiley face. Listen, guys, just on that note, I don't really have much control over these stupid commercials. I can't really switch it off. I've got it on the most conservative setting, which in my mind means that it will show the least amount of freaking adverts. But you know, it's unfortunately one of those things. You know, it's their platform. They want to run ads. Yeah. So yes, Alex. Yeah, ek weet. So anyway, Zibo, sorry. Let's take it. If any of you, Zibo, that includes you, if you get interrupted with an advert, lift your hand, show me, then we can quickly recap and then we'll work through it. Okay. So, gentlemen, what you see on the screen here, let's start there with basics. This is the data ref editor. Okay. So Zibo has given us two options that we can use to set up in our test environment of how we want the IRS knobs to work. Ziba and I agreed we like this one. We're going to show you the best because it's more real. It is, there's a commercial. Hello, Dumper. Well, I don't know.
Can
Yeah.
you mute on stream and just talk in Discord for a second?
Yeah, give me a second. All right, Alex, I'll be back now. Right, gents, I just want to send Zibo one more message quick. Spelling is abysmal.
You can still stream in here, can't you, Nico?
I will.
Yeah, well, that was the point. He can watch, Zibo can watch it without adverts. Is what I was getting at. So,
Okay. Let's just see if he's open to it. No, no, he says he's watching on TV. Okay. But I tell you what,
okay.
we will stay here in case you feel like coming into Discord later. He's still typing. Let's just see what he says. All right, and then we're going to try again. Alex and anybody else, the moment you get a commercial, just type there, stop or whatever. I'll take a breather for like 25 seconds and then we'll continue again. Not sure what he's typing. Sorry?
How frequent are these commercials coming on then?
I have absolutely no idea. No idea. I set it to conservative to make sure that it will be the least amount of interruptions. But it's look. If South Africa gets thrown out of this AGOA contract with the United States, I'm gonna disable my monetization anyway, because then there will be no point or hardly any point. So we'll see how things progress in the future.
the biggest problem with YouTube is we don't all receive the adverts at the same time.
That is the problem. Yes, that's why I say missile break or replay but for live stream. Yes. Okay, Zibo, as long as you are happy, I don't mind, then we can continue. We obviously just want everybody to sit and enjoy it with us, you know. So, guys, obviously, if there's a replay, you know, if you watch it afterwards, it's not that big a deal, but for the live, it's a bit of a pest, okay? Right, so let's get going again. This is now the second version that we've decided upon. Okay, the idea is I'm using this tool to just go into that mode. You will never have to do this. Once the product gets released, you'll be in mode 2 anyway. All right, it's going to be forced on you. Okay. So what we want to do, remember from the beginning, it's been Zibo's dream to make the most realistic 737 out there. Sometimes it makes a big difference and then we have to learn a lot. Sometimes it makes a small difference. Sometimes it's just cosmetic. Now, in this instance, it's a big difference that's coming. It's not here yet. We are going to introduce the IRS drift and all kinds of funny things with the IRS and being able to use different sources for IRS alignment when we are going to introduce the fast align versus the full normal align that everybody does at this point in time. So there are buttons and knobs involved, okay, and there is a lot of code involved, different systems and different things, all right. So I'm just going to quickly show you just the gist of it, and then we'll look at the background a little bit. Okay, so let's move up quickly.
Discord stream.
Oh, yes, thank you. There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Shit. Right. Okay. So, right. Let me just actually make sure that I've got the power on the bus and everything is correct. Let's move back up. Right. Okay. So in the real aircraft, in order for you to move this knob, you've got to basically pull it out towards you. Okay. Otherwise, it's not going to turn. And this is the small visual effect that Zibo is now built in. In the past, you used to put your mouse on it and you simply scrolled the mouse wheel or you clicked it. Now you cannot do it. Okay, you see, it's going nowhere. I'm clicking like a crazy man this side, like a first-person shooter. Pew, pew, pew. It's going nowhere. So to get this thing off the off position, you have to click and hold, and then in between those two, you can actually flip it. Right now, you can use your little mouse scroll wheel again. To go to ATT, again, you cannot do it unless you press and hold. So you press and hold to move it, and as you can see there, again, it will not move. You have to press and hold. And that's how easy the cosmetics really are. All right. And then for those of you that are not aware, you can actually turn this big knob here at the top, if I can just grab it, and you can put it on heading STS, and you know, it will give you the information required. Why is it not doing it? Am I really on the bus? Is everything actually switched on? It could be because I already did the alignment. I'm not sure. It's actually supposed to show the time. That's really a bummer that I can't show you. Or it's because I mixed it all up. Remember, I was flipping. Let's stop that. Let's just let it die down again. Okay, so what's now going to happen is you obviously, yeah, I'm going to do it, Antonio. I'm just going to let it go there then while it's doing its thing. Let me show you now another thing. If we go to our position page, right, and we go to the next page, you will now see your FMS of FMC position. You will then later see the IRS positions, and then you will also get radio positions, all right, which the one is obviously a backup of the other. So this code is not done yet. Zibo says that he needs to add 4 receivers for the radios. So he's actually building the whole thing in code as it is in the real aircraft. So he's going to add the 4 receivers, then hook the code up, and then we're obviously going to test it. Okay. And so now you will have multiple ways of actually doing your alignment. Okay. And I think I know what I did. I think I need to pick this up here, but let's go back. Let's see. I'm talking too much, thinking too little. So now we're going to click and hold, and we're going to flip it over, click and hold, flip it over, wait for the white. Once we've got the white, there you go. You see, 7 minutes for alignment. See? Then we can also go and switch on our yaw damper and now go back down, and we can then select GPS left as usual. Obviously, once these other things are on, there will be different scenarios, whether you're in the air or on the ground, and which of the systems you're going to use, if you're going to do a quick align, if you're going to do a full alignment, and things like that. So this is the showcase. This is what we want to show you guys what's coming. All right, so you'll obviously see the animation first, and then as the code then matures, you're going to see all these different little things happening. Okay, so okay, let's wait for the advert. Zibo, Antonio's just sent me a message. We must please remember when you do the code that you remember there are guys with hardware overheads, that the code will be compatible with the hardware overhead as well. So when there's a physical knob, just remember that it needs to be taken into account. Boris, that's where it's aiming to. It's not there yet, but yes, that is where it's aiming to. Okay, so right, let's just look at a little bit of the basics here. Right, I just want to change my screen here for you guys in Discord. Display capture. Right. So sorry, it's just a screenshot I took, but I think you guys will be able to read here. Basically, I think it's important that we all get on the same page about what is IRS drift, because it's going to become a feature now. Okay, so you're going to have to understand, not for a short flight, an hour flight, maybe hour and a half, it's not that important. Okay, but once you go longer flights, you're going to have to start thinking about things like this. Okay, so there's going to be various things that you're going to have to now learn. I'm not sure what the speed will be of the implementation of this. Yes. So, what I would suggest is just go and do some research, like I've done here, for instance. Pause the page, go read it afterwards. It basically gives you, a bit of background, whether you want to do fast alignment, full alignment. Full alignment is usually first in the day, and then you just do a fast alignment in your, turnarounds and things like that, for instance. And then the other thing I found was this. That's a bit much, but anyway. All right. So there are a couple of ways then, once IRS drift has happened, has occurred, that you can work through to basically set it back on track. Typically, what you're going to see is your aircraft's not going to be on the magenta line anymore. As easy as that. It can be as easy as that or worse. But then we'll have to do some training with you guys again. I'm going to have to go read a lot more, and then we'll present it as this is built and as this is implemented. We'll probably by the weekend, I'll probably find myself in a position where we're going to do like a 4 or 5 hour flight. There's a famous flight in our VA, gentlemen, that flies for the Skymatix VA. I'm speaking under correction, but it's from the UK to the UAE. I think that's about 6 hours flight. That's a typical flight that comes to mind if you really want to test this thing, So we're going to look at things like that and take it step by step. So you guys will have to pay attention, just learn a little bit, and obviously help everybody that didn't see the videos and so on. But for me, this is exciting. I think for everybody here, this is one of the things we've talked about for years already. And Zibo is at that place where we can actually now start, thinking about this. So in a nutshell, that's it. That's 20 minutes out of your life that I hope is positive, that you're looking forward to the rest. But this is about what I can show you tonight. Okay. The other test that I need to do is we need to see if while using this new version of the IRS knobs that we didn't break Linda. All right, because Shampoo, Eugenie and the guys just released the new Linda, and we don't want to go and give them more work all of a sudden. But so for the guys that wanted to see the big deal, that's the big deal. If you want to stick around and see the rest, you're more than welcome. Absolutely, Wycliffe. Gentlemen, I do apologize for not reading and going back and forth between all your comments. I'll try read through it as we go on and then maybe answer you again. If there's anything important, just read, copy and paste, post it again. Dogan, I'm sorry, I do not understand Turkish. I presume that's Turkish. Please, can you use Google Translate or somebody translate it for me? That's about it. That's it then. We can actually go do the flight, see what Linda says. Right, so let's get her working. See that she does everything from the top.
Captain, AC bus already powered.
Right.
Preliminary pre-flight procedure.
And this is typically where, oh crap, you know what? I made a mistake. Let's start over. Reload the aircraft. She must do the alignment and stuff for us. We don't want to do it. We want to see if she can still do it.
She probably can't because she can hold it.
Well, we don't know how the data refs work behind the scenes. Or I don't. Zibo knows. So he wants me to test it. He wants to see it. So we'll do it. We'll do. Otherwise, he's going to have to come up with a plan for Linda.
Hello Cap. Nice to see you again. Please remember to start your ACARS.
All right, so there's no IRSs done or nothing, so let's get to do this. She's going to mind if I do that first one. So let's just do the
Preliminary pre-flight procedure.
Ah, she's taken it. She's actually taken it. Yeah, she did it, Zibo. Strange, that was one of our concerns. Oh, but hang on a second. Hang on a second. We might have to do it again. Data ref editor. No, I need to go find that data ref again.
Parking brake set.
Yeah, we're probably going to have to do this again.
Preliminary pre-flight
I'm in the
procedure
wrong room.
complete.
Go back.
Enter the data in the CDU.
Yeah, we might have to do this over. Go. Commander. 38. IRS. East. Yeah, this is wrong. Damn it. It is in the old mode, so we want it in the new mode. So here we go again. Yeah, she's good. Let's do it in the new mode, then we'll see if she's still good. Vaughn, you need to go into your output situations folder, delete all the situation files that are in there. All right, all those saves that you did. That's first thing. Second thing is make 2 saves. Always save 2. So when you go into that save page and you see those little boxes in front of you, make sure you do the first one, count to 5, press the next one, because there's a good chance then that one of them will work. So if the first one bombs you, you take the second one. Sibo. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. This time it's remembered, but thank you for the tip, Sibo. Man knows all the shortcuts. Right. So we're going to put that in the new mode. Right.
Hello Cap.
Okay, we're going to do
Nice
that.
to see
She's
you
going to
again.
do the rest.
Please remember to start your ACARS. Preliminary pre-flight procedure.
No, now she fails it. Sorry, Zibo. Sorry, we got excited for no reason. Yeah, she's not doing it because this thing where you've got to press and hold, then turn. You know, this is it's beyond a. How's it, Krister?
Well, she's not programmed to
Parking brake set.
No, she's not. You're right, Uncle John.
Preliminary pre-flight
Yeah,
procedure
my
complete.
thoughts is you might have problems with those that have got
Enter the
Linda.
data in the CDU.
well, not just Linda, but
Yeah, the real
real
overheads as well.
cockpits
Mm.
with Arduino setups, etc.
Okay, Mac, the problem is solved. Zibo says he will add 2 commands in brackets. One will be old and the other one will be new for the interaction in the 3D cockpit. So I presume it will be an EFB option. So you can then, if you have Linda, set it to the 1. If you have an overhead cockpit, set it to the same one, the old one, basically what we have now. And then for the guys who want the new system, you just set it for the new system.
Solved. Brilliant.
Solved. Tell you what, Zibo doesn't let grass grow under his feet. He's fast. thinks on his feet. So let's continue. All right. So okay, we know that that was a little issue, and that was the test. So yeah, I understand it's for the mouse click. Understand, Zibo. I've confused myself. Where am I? Help, mommy. Where am I? Right, that is aligning. Let's close this thing. We don't need it. Right, let that thing run. Oh, Christer, take it easy. Tomorrow's another day, huh? I'm sitting here yawning myself. Hope you guys don't mind. As exciting as it is what we are doing, it is late. You know, we all understand. I can tell you one thing. I'm very excited. I'm really excited. 30. This is a huge, huge step forward. Brand new. Execute. Looks fine.
Ready for pre-flight procedure. Pre-flight procedure.
There. Wrong button. Good, good, good. Right, so while we are still semi-working here through everything, I just want to go back to one of Zibo's notes.
Ground to flight deck, fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Okay. So when the code is done, just a little bit more information. FMC left, FMC right, GPS left, GPS right, IRS left, IRS right, and radio will be valid sources for calculating the position of the aircraft. All right, he needs to build in the 4 receivers, the radio receiver things, to determine the aircraft position. And then we're going to need to test that IRS drift. That's where that long flight comes into. So I'll have to go get myself some biltong and something, you know, some snacks. And we go do a long flight and see what happens. Let me just quickly make sure it, you know, for me, it's, you know, just, how do I put it? It's like instinct.
Please check that the
So let me
flight
just
level
go
is set
output
correctly. Please check that the landing
situations.
altitude is set correctly.
Yeah, output situations. You'll see there are all the B738X files. Delete all of them. Everyone with a .dat and everyone with a .sit, SIT. Just delete all of them. Start over. Right. What else do we need to do? Oh, yes. And we're going to be landing at altitude.
Terrain. Pull up. Obstacle. Pull up. Airspeed low.
Adjust vertical speed.
Sure, we're gonna
Adjust.
12.
Climb now. Climb
Pre-flight
now.
procedure
Climb,
complete.
Thank you, Linda.
Climb, crossing, climb.
I'm ready for pre-flight checklist.
Fly. Clear of conflict. Descend. Crossing, descend. Descend, crossing, descend. Descend now. Descend
Okay.
now.
IPU is
Increase
on.
climb. Increase climb.
Exporting.
Increase descent. Increase descent. Maintain vertical speed. Maintain vertical
Yet.
speed. Crossing. Maintain. Monitor vertical speed. TCAS test. Pass.
Okay, Zibo, why is the GPU not disconnecting? Oh, wow. It's a test model. It's a test model. Always remember, it's a test model.
It is safe. I don't find broken anything.
Oh, you're breaking up pretty much, Uncle John. Try again.
I said Zebo did say I do hope I haven't broken anything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he said he hopes he didn't break anything. Yes. Boris, even with the jetway, right? This GPU is not on the jetway. The jetway might have its own GPU, and that's why the light might be blue. But that GPU should be able to disconnect now because APU is running. APU is on the bus. So I think there's a typo in the code again. I'm guessing. Uh, s- and 7. Thanks, Mark. That's good. That's good. 1, 8, 7. Right. So we've got all of this. 70%. All right, we're getting there. Actually, test our settings. There we go. FMC setup. That's it. That is it. Oh, I just noticed something. Ah, look at this, Zibo. Look at this. I don't know if this is part of your code or what. It all depends on the way I look. If I look differently, you see there, the click spot is, I don't know if it's the scenery, something's interfering. But just because I look at a different angle, I'm able to operate it. Oh, you know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. It's probably this stupid thing. This widget. There you go. My bad. Sorry. Lekker stupid.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
Dummy dum dum. Now that's all done. This is all done. Okay.
Flight attendants prepare for departure, cross-check and all call, thank you.
Before start procedure.
Before start procedure.
Okay. So guys, just to recap,
Before
this
start
flight is
procedure
too short
complete.
and the code is not completed. So we're not going to worry about
Ready for
IRS
before
drift at
start
this point in
checklist.
time. Like I said, hopefully by the weekend, we'll be in a position to test it. What is this guy doing? He's actually connecting. What happened to him? Oh, I didn't call him.
Ground to cockpit. Toes driving up.
Yeah, thank you. So,
Trim up.
All doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Mac.
tow connected, bypass pin inserted, release parking brake.
Yes.
I see the stream
Starting
announcement
playback,
is
you may
made
start
now.
Your engines.
Yes. Yes. So noticed.
Ooh, look at this. Parking brake is set. Hydraulics is on. It thinks it's not set. Okay, it's pushing. Oh, goodness. Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine. N2. Starter cutout.
Start number 1 engine.
Starting number 1 engine.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
N2.
Tow is disconnected. Bypass pin has been
Starter
removed.
cutout.
Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next
Engine
time and
start
have a safe
procedure
flight.
complete.
Before taxi procedure.
Before taxi procedure. Ready for before taxi procedure.
Yeah, she just repeats that because of the
Before
flaps that
taxi
is now
procedure
set.
complete. I am ready for before taxi checklist.
Let's go.
Taxi lights on. Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for takeoff.
Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure. Before takeoff procedure complete. Ready for before takeoff checklist.
Laps is 5, trim is set. I'm happy. Let's go.
Approaching 26 right. On runway 26 right.
Stabilized.
Yeah, it's nice, eh? I like this rendition. I was actually thinking the other day, I don't know if he's ever updated it, because I did report to him some issues. I never went back to check. I must actually go
89.
maybe speak to him,
Throttle hold.
see if there's a newer version.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Acceleration altitude. Flaps 1 set. Flaps up and set.
Yeah, that'll be nice, Dave. Flight level 100, landing lights switches off. Peter Jan, if there's nothing in the explain log file, you need to look in the Windows event viewer. I'm not sure if Linux and Mac has something similar, but you'll have to check. Because if it crashes so fast that it cannot even write to the log file, it means it's a Windows crash. It's outside of explain. So that's usually an indication of NVidia driver, graphics driver, AMD driver, whatever. Vulkan crashing on Windows or something like that. So your best clue would be to go to your, like I say, Windows Event Viewer or similar in Mac and Linux, to try figure out what it is in the operating system that crashed, or in conjunction with laminar crashed. Where they explain.
Approaching transition. Transition altitude.
I've never felt the need to come and sit and look at this page. I don't know to what extent it was working before tonight. Mac, do you know? Was the thing actually working?
Sorry, what was that?
This position shift page. Do you know whether it was actually semi-working, semi-operational
I
before
don't
this update? Hmm?
I can't remember. I
Yeah,
know that there was values in there and they were all different, but I'm not certain they
actually meant something.
drifted. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was a static drift.
Okay. All right. Because I see all of these ones
But
are.
now they're moving in real time now. Yeah.
Well, some of it is and some of it is not, because remember Zibo needs to put in those 4 receivers into the code, you know, to simulate where the position really is. So I'm not sure to what extent this is also still just smoke and mirrors.
But those 4 he's on about is the satellites for
the
each
radio.
IRS.
It's
No,
the
not the radio for the IRS. It's the GPS satellites. And you need 4 satellites to get a realistic position.
Okay. All right, we'll wait for him.
That's what Zibo's referring to.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see then.
Yeah.
It's really not going to make any difference tonight. I'm just wondering.
Yeah. It's the GPS positions that drift.
I'm with you. We'll wait and see.
To level off.
Then he said after we land, I presume at the gate when we steady and brake set, we need to just look at those 2 pages and see if we saw any movement.
One way you can tell whether there's drift sometimes, if you're looking in flight radar and an aircraft lands on a runway, but it doesn't follow the center line, that can sometimes be an indication of GPS drift in real life.
Yeah, and I think once it goes astray of this magenta line anyway, you'll know there's a problem.
But GPS is so accurate now. It's not miles. It's
sure.
hundreds of feet.
Sure, but then you also get GPS spoofing and jamming. You know, that's part of what we discussed here. You know, once you have GPS jamming or spoofing or something like that, you need to change your source. You know, where you get your positioning from, you're going to have to change your source.
Yeah. Whether Ivea or Vatsim will introduce blackouts on...
No.
Well, real time, it's monitored. It could actually be incorporated into the code.
It could, but I don't think they're going to do that to the customers.
Because by all accounts at the moment, one country that's struggling a lot is Lithuania. There's a lot of blocking going on there.
Oh, okay. Antonio's got a nice story there for us to read there on the stream, Mac. Thanks, Antonio. Yeah, I bet. That is why we also, me and Zibo discussed earlier, the longer flights. We're going to have to do much longer than just an hour flight, to really put it through its paces. Once the code is finished, and remember, this is now first day initiating the whole coding story, and also
Yeah.
it's going to take a couple of days. But once it's ready, we're going to have to push it on longer flights.
There's also this business that you can do a quick reset in the air,
Yes.
but it can't do a full one,
Yeah. So the way I understand it is you do the full one on the ground in the morning, and then at the turnaround you'll do the quick one, and then you go again. That way you keep integrity, so that's going to be a thing as well.
You can also do a quick one in flight, but you lose some functionality.
I've heard of that, yes. See, here's your navigational switches. See, so at this point in time, everything is normal, but you can flip it to the one that is then desired, if you need to go to any one of the others. This is getting interesting, Mac. Yeah, no, we're gonna have to do something like that. You're right, Christer. Zibo says here you can see different positions between FMC position calculated from all available sources in brackets and other sources, IRS, GPS, radio. So it doesn't mean that the GPS has drift. Okay, so we're going to have to really learn this thing to understand, to get to the understanding of how it works, the comprehension of it all. It's going to be fun. And (028), all right. Frequencies, minimas, forces, done. PFDs done. Ach man, wrong button. Zibo, it's nice having you watching with us, having you here over my shoulder. I'm glad that you can join us again. Gents, I think this is a good time to go grab something to drink. I've been talking a lot. I just need to go get some water or something. I'll be back before descent. I'm back. Roland, I agree with you. It's not the GPS, it's the IRS that drifts. Okay. I'm going to bring this other thing back on screen. Yeah. Right, so the IRS inertial reference system drift in a Boeing 737-800 NG refers to the gradual loss of accuracy in the aircraft's position and velocity data over time. This drift occurs because the IRS relies on accelerometers and gyroscopes to calculate the aircraft's position, velocity, and attitude. The sensors are subject to small errors that accumulate over time, leading to a drift in the calculated position and velocity. To mitigate IRS drift, the system needs to be periodically updated and realigned. This can be done through a process called fast alignment or full alignment. Fast alignment resets the accelerometers to 0 and updates the IRS with aircraft's current position, while full alignment involves a more comprehensive process to determine true north and the aircraft's initial position. In summary, IRS drift is a natural consequence of the limitations of the sensors used in the IRS, and regular updates are necessary to maintain accurate navigation data. Right, so Roland, I think you're right. In our chat, remember we're all friends here, we chat with each other, it's late, we might, in an instance, use the incorrect terminology. Everything that is done on paper, in inverted brackets, because it's obviously on the computer screen. Okay, so that's why we have a master programmer, why we have testers, why we have you guys that help us test. All right, and so it goes down the line. So don't worry too much about a mispronunciation of a technical name or term or something else. I think it's important that we get it right when it's supposed to be right. We're right on day one now. All right, we're right in the beginning. We're gonna get dirty now. Digging into the ground and shoveling, lots of stuff around. So, but thank you for that input. I believe you're right. And there you have it. There's the. By the way, this is taken from Microsoft Copilot. I just did the search there, and then obviously this one as well. That is it, Toby. Exactly what it is. And then if we look at this one, what are the methods that can be used? Let me just change this display capture. Right. What are the methods to correct IRS drift in flight? You've got a couple of. I'm not going to read this whole thing. I'm too tired for that. But you can screenshot it, go read it, or just go and type the question into Copilot and get the answers. So this, my friends, is what Zibo is working on. And this is what's coming to the Zibomod. This is why we wanted to show you a little heads up, see what's coming. Sean, I'm not going to answer that one. We'll see. I think that's the best answer to give. We'll see. Display capture, right? Okay. That's $1 million question, that one. Yes, Antonio, there is a whole bunch of things. Like we always joke and we say, this is higher grade maths. This isn't just for anybody. You got to know what you're doing to put this thing together. Poor Linda. Shame, she's toch. Anyway, I think we're getting closer to our top of descent here. 45 nautical miles.
For descent procedure.
We'll get there. Yeah, guys, this is exciting times. Zibo's really, really building this aircraft super, man. It's just super, super. Krister, our biggest problem is we can't share too much of the information. I hear what you're saying, and this is why I'm suggesting use something like Microsoft Copilot, ChatGPT, whatever. Don't take it as gospel, okay? Those things are not 100% accurate, and in the screenshot, I took out the disclaimer just to make this thing fit on the screen, okay? From there on, but look, I showed it to the guys here on Discord already in the week. The AI search engines are much nicer and easier to work with. So start there and then we can discuss it. But we can't really share the information we have. We can't share the, documentation and the screenshots and the videos and the stuff. It's really not possible for us to share everything. Yes, there you go. Start FCOM, the rest, all the stuff you've got access to, and then compare it to what the AI says. I mean, it's easy enough to start up Copilot. It's built into Windows now, or get ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, whatever you want to use, and then we'll have to start looking at sharing data that way then rather. The lawyers don't particularly like sharing certain things, Absolutely, Toby. Absolutely, the man's brilliant. I mean, we don't think of it every day, right? Somebody made a comment similar, speaking towards me the other day. I don't think Zibo sits around thinking how many thousands of people's lives he's changed. But in reality, he's changed thousands of people's lives. I've contributed, so many other guys have contributed. And but we don't think about it that way. It's our passion. We go, we do it, and if you like it, you like it, kind of a thing. We've got a different way of looking at it. But you're right. I mean, thousands of people, all of humanity can be grateful he's there. Always land on its feet.
Approach top of descent.
You're welcome, Krister. I'm glad you could spend some time with us. Go have a good rest. Good night, Krister. Hello, Steve. Welcome.
Folks from the flight deck, we've started our descent. Should have you on the ground in about 15 minutes. Want to thank you so much for your company and business, and hope to see you again with us sometime very soon.
Right, so this time the captain's announcement was correct. Thank you, Zibo. Thanks for fixing that. I should learn not to flick my switches so soon. Once you click those switches, that lady wants to talk. Yeah, it will be an option, Steve. During the stream, Zibo made the quick decision based upon Linda and based upon Antonio's mention that some people have hardware overheads. So there will be an option which version you want to use. If you want to use the 3D cockpit version, or if you want to use, you know, the old version that we are used to. So yeah. Yeah. I'll then look if the new version doesn't work. You just keep the old version.
Approaching transition. Transition level. Ready for approach checklist.
That must really suck. Sorry to hear you had to go through that.
Flight level 100, landing lights switches on.
Not long now, we're almost there. Mac, are you still here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, just checking. I reckon I better
Never
wake
fell
up now
asleep,
and
no.
land. Okay. I haven't
Thousand
either. I'm
level
just
up.
joking, but feels like I need to wake up to land now. I don't like this cloud flickering, I must be honest. Yeah, sunshades. Zibo, if you're still watching, we need sunshades apparently. It would be cool, I must be honest.
Radio altimeter.
Ready for landing checklist.
I know this bed just now. I'm gonna lie a whole dent in it. I hope you guys learned a couple of things. You're looking forward to this. We're gonna learn so much more. In time, it's coming.
Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for landing.
Right, speed brake on, auto brake set, flaps 30. Cabin is ready. Lights, camera, action. It's had a couple of kicks there from the weather. It's not that stable, but yeah. With my level of sleepiness, it's about right.
Thousand feet, stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
Approaching 30.
500, clear to land runway 30.
500. 400. 300. 200. Approaching decision height.
Minimum.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brake up. Reverse unlocked.
Kick that rod a little bit too hard. Thank you.
5,000 feet remaining.
60 knots. Yet. Great landing. You are professional.
Yeah. Great minds think alike, man.
Until the seatbelt sign is turned off. Please make sure you have all your personal belongings before you
Right.
exit the aircraft, and be careful when opening the
The
overhead
landing
compartment.
procedure.
You're now free to use your mobile phones and small lightweight
After
devices.
landing procedure.
Thank you for flying with us today. We hope you
Come
had a pleasant
on.
experience
How must
and
I
we look
otherwise
forward to
pronounce
welcoming
it?
you again on another flight.
After landing procedure. There we go.
After landing procedure.
Ach, I could have, I suppose. Anyway. I'm half asleep now, so we to get back to that gate, check the numbers, look at that FMC again with you guys, and then call it a day. Zibo, thank you very much for this update. We're all looking forward to the brilliance that's to come and all these new features and so on. I'll chat GPT as well a little bit and then read some more FCOMs and stuff, see what happens. By the sound of it, I'm going to have to make a new tutorial video on how to fly this aircraft pretty soon. And the sunshades. Don't forget the sunshades, Zibo. I don't know where I'm going to, by the way. I don't know this airport. And I don't have my charts open. Sounds like it, Attila. My son does distance learning through his university he's studying with. They've got a special program that they load onto the laptop computers, and then you have to pick it up and you have to show a 360 view of the room where you write your tests, you know, so they see that there's nothing fishy going on and notes lying around and things like that. And then he has to write it the whole time in front of the camera. If he moves away from the camera, he's immediately disqualified. He can't, you know, submit that test. And I'm starting to think we need to do something about this as well. You know, put the guys down, let them read the install guide, the EFB guide, then we give the type rating, and then we say, okay, fine, now you can go fly the Zibo. I think that's a bit extreme. I'm saying it tongue in cheek, you know, we're joking, but you know, I bet there would be guys that would go for something like that. Enjoy, Dave. We'll speak to you again. I'm gonna just park right here, quickly look at that FMC and call it a night, man. Alright, so verify position.
Shutdown procedure.
Position. FMC position, similar to GPS position. IRS position is slightly off. I don't know how to read this thing or what I should see or shouldn't see. Anyway, that's the radio side of things. Slight difference. Okay, once we know what we're talking about, we're going to tell you as well, okay? But for now, that's it. Steve, that's a bit harsh. The poor guy can't even go and learn the Zibo before I had to write the test. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, go have fun. I need to go and sleep. You can... You know, take it easy and we'll chat again in the next day or so. You're welcome, Mac. Sleep well, Mac. Sleep well, everybody that's going to go to sleep now. Bye-bye.